Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something you use pretty much every single day, your iPhone's Wi-Fi. But there's so much more to it than just getting online. There's a whole world of settings that can seriously boost your privacy and just make your life a little easier. So let's get into it and unlock its full potential.
So let me ask you this. Is your iPhone's Wi-Fi really as smart as you think it is? I mean, most of us, we just connect and totally forget about it. But there are some really powerful things happening behind the scenes that can make your connection way more secure and convenient. Let's find out what you might have been missing.
Okay, first things first, we've got to start with the absolute basics, the foundation of it all, just getting connected. We'll start here and then we'll jump into some of the more advanced and honestly more interesting features.
Right, so you probably know the drill. You pop open your settings, tap on Wi-Fi, pick a network from the list, and then you punch in the password. The second you see that little blue check mark, boom, you're online. Simple, right? But even with this super basic step, there's a really common mistake a lot of us make.
Okay, here's a pro tip that seriously trips up so many people. You know when you swipe down to get to your control center and you tap that little blue Wi-Fi icon? Well, you're not actually turning off your Wi-Fi. Nope, you're just disconnecting from whatever network you're on. The Wi-Fi radio itself is still on, still searching. To really, truly power it down, you have to go into the main settings app.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about something that's incredibly important these days, your privacy. I mean, connecting to the Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or the airport is super convenient, but it can also leave you a little exposed. Good news is, Apple has a really powerful tool built right in to help protect you. And it's a totally valid concern, right? As you're bouncing from the cafe to the library to your hotel, could network providers actually be tracking your movements just by following your phone? The short answer is yeah, they could, if it wasn't for this one really clever feature designed to stop them cold.
So to really get how your iPhone protects you, we need to talk about this thing called a MAC address. Every single device has one, and it basically acts like a digital license plate. It's a unique ID. Now, if you use that same license plate on every single network you joined, well, tracking your movements would be a piece of cake.
And this is where the magic happens. A standard MAC address is permanent. It's easy to track. But your iPhone is smarter than that. By default, it uses what's called a private address, which basically creates a temporary, randomized license plate for every single new network you join. This makes it so much harder for anyone to link your activity from one place to another.
The best part is this feature is just on by default. It gives you a brand new address for each network automatically. And with newer versions of iOS, it can even rotate that address every so often for even more security. The only time you'd really need to turn it off is for certain private networks, like at your office or school, that might need a fixed ID to give you access.
Okay, so beyond privacy, your iPhone has some seriously clever features just to make connecting and sharing a whole lot simpler. Let's look at a couple of my personal favorites.
Let's break down 3 awesome features here. First, sharing your Wi-Fi password. This one is a game changer. If a friend who's already in your contacts tries to join your network, your phone will just ask if you want to share the password. One tap and they're in. No more reading a long, complicated password off the back of the router. Second, auto-join hotspot. If your Wi-Fi ever drops, your iPhone can just automatically connect to the personal hotspot on your iPad or Mac. So seamless. And finally, a great little trick for public networks. If that login page just won't load, tap the little blue eye icon next to the network name. It'll usually force it to pop right up.
But of course, let's be real, Wi-Fi isn't always perfect. We've all been there, your connection gets slow, it's unstable, or it just won't work at all. Well, don't panic. Before you go calling for help, here are 3 steps you can take that will solve most problems all by yourself. All right, let's start with a quick check, especially if your Wi-Fi just keeps dropping. The culprit might be a feature called Wi-Fi Assist. What it does is automatically switch you over to your cellular data when your Wi-Fi signal is weak, but sometimes it can be a little too aggressive. To find it, just go to Settings, then Cellular, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and try toggling it off. So what if it's only one specific network that's giving you grief? In that case, try a simple network refresh. Go into your Wi-Fi settings, find the problem network, tap that little I next to it, and then hit Forget this network. After that, just reconnect like you did the first time. This simple little refresh often clears up any weird connection issues.
Now, if nothing else has worked, it's time for the last resort. The big one, resetting your network settings. This is a super powerful fix for deeper, more stubborn problems, but I have to warn you, it will erase all of your saved Wi-Fi networks and passwords. It gives you a completely clean slate, so just be ready for that. And that brings up a really good question. Whether you just had to reset your settings or you just plain can't remember the password for an old network you used to use, how do you find it?
Well, luckily, your iPhone keeps all of them tucked away in a hidden little vault. And here's how you get into that vault. In your main Wi-Fi settings screen, look for the Edit button in the top right corner and tap it. It'll ask for your Face ID or passcode, and then you'll see a complete list of every single Wi-Fi network you have ever joined, along with their passwords. It's an incredibly handy feature to know about. So from boosting your privacy with a random address to finding those long-lost passwords, it's pretty clear your iPhone's Wi-Fi settings are way more powerful than they look. It really makes you wonder, right? What other amazing features are just hiding in plain sight on your phone, just waiting for you to find them?